على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا كبيرا وأن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة أعتدنا لهم عذابا أليما ويدعو الإنسان بالشر دعاءه بالخير وكان الإنسان عجولا صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Bani Israeel. The first part of the surah talked about one great miracle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shown at the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's hands. The journey, the night journey and the ascent into the skies. These ayat, they talk about the biggest mu'jiza or the miracle of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is the Quran. And the purpose of a miracle is that by mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows these miracles at the hands of His prophets so that it becomes easier for people to believe in that person being the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So inna hadha al-Quran, surely this is the Quran, yahdi lillati hiya aqwam. This is something that it guides people to something that is aqwam. Aqwam means something that's straightforward, easy to take, sure shot, very close, and free of dangers. All of these meanings are included in this word aqwam. So this Quran, it guides you to that path towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is sure shot. There is no chance that it will fail if you follow it. It is straight. There is no crookedness in it. It is easy and it is free of all dangers. That if you sincerely follow the Quran as explained by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and as shown in the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you are free of the dangers. You are protected of the dangers of being led astray. Now that because of our weakness of belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we consider it, or we feel that it is hard, or we feel that there is dangers in it, or we make our own crooked ways into this Quran, then that is a fault on our part, a shortcoming on our part. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this Quran that it is straightforward, easy and free of dangers. وَيُبَشِّرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So this is one of the very key important features of the Quran, proving that it is a book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then just like the previous books, everything that the previous books did, Quran did and does and takes it to perfection. And similarly, Quran does something more. وَيُبَشِّرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَبِيرًا. It gives basharat, it gives glad tidings to those who believe and those who do good deeds. Again, this is a principle that the Quran carries forward from the previous books as well. If this book was coming from anyone else apart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it could not have gone word for word in terms of principles of oneness and the key principles that make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy, that you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do good deeds. This is exactly what the Quran tells you. أَنَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَبِيرًا. It gives this glad tidings to those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do good deeds. And again, the meaning here is having the right belief or aqidah and doing things. يَعْمَلُونَ الصَّالِحَاتِ. Every amal salih, the definition of amal salih or good deed is the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If it is done according to the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it will be called a righteous, good, virtuous deed. أَنَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَبِيرًا. It gives them a good news of a great reward, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared a great reward for these people. وَأَنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ. and that we have for the people, as for the people who do not believe, and even belief in the hereafter. So here when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the negative side of things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not telling any conditions. For believers and to enter into Jannah or to get the great reward, there's two conditions: have the right belief and follow the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For disbelief, only one thing is enough, which is that you do not believe, you do not have the right belief, you do not have the sound aqidah. And even on those, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning one of those, bil akhirah, those who do not believe in the hereafter, because belief in the hereafter is something that these people were really lacking, because they also claim to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they also claim to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, although they had added corruptions and impurities to their belief. They also believed in other prophets, at least they claimed to do so. But what they were lacking was really that they did not have an acute sense and a belief that they are answerable for what they are doing. So if they are not listening to this Nabi, they can do good in this world. They can save their false, hollow honor, and their arrogance will be satisfied in this world. But if they had the belief that they have to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they have to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is a day of judgment, then there is no chance that they would not believe in this Quran and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They would understand that this is the true book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And another place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that these people, they believe and know the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam better than somebody knows their own child. That if you have a big crowd, even of children playing, you are able to identify your child among those many children. They understand and realize and recognize the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam better than a father or a parent recognize their own child. But because their arrogance and their false hollow honor in this world was more important to them, which really results from not having the right belief that we have to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be answerable for what we are doing. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is only mentioning one belief here, وَالَّذِينَ وَأَنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ. Those people, they do not believe in the hereafter. أَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابًا أَلِيمًا. The Quran tells us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for them a very painful punishment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from it. وَيَدْعُ الْإِنسَانُ بِالشَّرِّ دُعَاءَهُ بِالْخَيْرِ. Man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explaining a nature of humankind, be them believers or disbelievers. وَيَدْعُ الْإِنسَانُ بِالشَّرِّ دُعَاءَهُ بِالْخَيْرِ. Man prays for evil like his prayer for good. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. This is the principle about all humanity, that human being has been made a hasty one. Man is very hasty. So this refers to a particular person as well, and then this is a general rule as well. So the disbelievers, out of their disbelief in the hereafter, they would ask the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just like other disbelievers in the past had asked their respective prophet, that if you are truthful, ask Allah to bring that punishment, that azab that you keep on talking about right now. Bring it, show it to us. So basically, they are praying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that they are praying for it as if it is something good. That somebody would ask for something good to come to them. They are asking and they are making dua for it to come to them, that punishment. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. Man is so hasty. This refers to a particular person as well. Nadr ibn Haris, he had asked that if Na'uzubillah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is righteous and we are wrong, oh Allah, send down the stones upon us, pelt us with the stones, Na'uzubillah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in a way, the tafsir says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not listen to your du'as that are harmful for you right away. Many people make dua, many people ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for things that they don't know, but they are very harmful, very dangerous for them. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens to them, then they would be basically doomed. They are asking for their own destruction. And similarly, the general rule is that every human being, in our nature it is that we are hasty. We want things to happen right away. Whatever is supposed to happen, something goodness, we are waiting for it, we want it to happen right away. The Prophet ﷺ has told us that when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His mercy, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making you content on the decisions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so much so that whatever Allah has delayed, you do not ask for haste in it. And whatever Allah has made early for you, you do not ask for a delay in it. So this is a very practical, very relevant teaching of the Prophet ﷺ. Sometimes things happen in our life and we say that we are not ready. But Allah is doing and making things that way. And sometimes we are waiting for something good to happen and we keep on asking and asking and asking, but it happens its own time and we start to lose patience. Both of these things are wrong. The Prophet ﷺ has told us to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what you need, you ask for it. But also ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Ya Allah, make it such that I do not make haste for that which you have delayed. And do not, worry about something being, hasty or coming to me right away, that which I think I'm not ready for. And I ask you to delay it, don't ask that. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make you happy with the decisions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet ﷺ has said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely listens to the dua of a person who believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until they make haste in it. And the Prophet ﷺ was asked, as far as I remember, then, Ya Rasulullah, what is making haste? The Prophet ﷺ said that a man keeps on asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, keeps on asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then finally says one day that I've been asking Allah for so long, why does Allah not listen to me? Or why is it being so delayed? This is making haste, which makes our dua, it decreases our dua in effect. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. So insan, human being, is a hasty one. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that this is a feature of the kuffar. So don't be like those, don't be a hasty person. No matter how much you want to make haste in something, rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ. Ya Allah, please accept our gathering here. Ya Allah, make us some of the people of Quran, those who are very special ones and dear ones to you. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqi Sayyidina wa Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.